The mission and ministry of the family that we're going to be focusing upon during this month is going to cover 4 specific areas, and all of them have to do with unique areas of our family. Today we're looking at the ministry of restoration when it comes to males. Next week we'll be looking at the test of emerging young adults. The third week we're going to be looking at working toward accomplishment, that theme that is highlighted in us being all that we can be. And then finally we're going to be looking at the call. What does it mean for us to be living? There are 7 motivational gifts that are highlighted in Romans 12, and we want to be highlighting those areas. So you want to go to school a bit on these Saturday mornings, where we're going to be doing a bit more teaching throughout this month. Now, today we're looking at a very familiar passage from Luke 15. There's a trilogy that highlights the theme of loss. 3 things are lost in this text, but on the other side, we also have a sentence that is found throughout, and that is the joy of finding. The joy of finding. First, we see in verses 4 through 7 where there is a shepherd, a business person who has lost sheep, verses 4 through 7. And then we see a head of a household, or a female within the household, who has lost a coin right there in the house. That is in verses 8 through 10. And that theme again is present. The joy of finding is there. And then finally in verses 11 through 32, we have 2 sons from a father. One is lost outside of the house, and then on the other side, one is lost inside the house. So in these 3 parables that our Lord teaches, they are both inside the house and outside the house, which in a sense gives us poise to suggest that during this month that we'll be highlighting the mission and ministry of your family, there are some issues that affect your family outside of your house, and then there are some issues which affect your family inside your house. To the degree that you would associate yourself with this whole chapter of parables, your holdings are in jeopardy. Lost sheep. Subsequently as well, your personal economy is in jeopardy, subsequent to that lost coin. And your constituency of your household is in jeopardy in the instance of both of the 2 sons inside of that household. So we're looking at this 15th chapter of Luke, even in the midst of Lent being celebrated, this 40-day journey as our Lord is on his way to Calvary, and subsequently is going to be raised up from the dead, which ultimately says to us that in the sequences of us experiencing the greatest relief from the last enemy, which is death, right here, dealing with this flesh and blood issue in our daily living, there is also a theme of suffering that is going to accompany this quest, this ultimate that we are going to be highlighting on resurrection morning. But the suffering, the whole Calvary experience, is also subjugated in the areas of our holdings, our personal economies, and the threats that our sons and even our daughters are compassed with. And we are interested in looking at these problems and seeing what can be derived out of them. Okay? Right after this brief word, we'll be right back and we're going to get into it. God bless.